Okay, so here's the next thing we're going to do is set up the install. So what you do is you take your spring, put it in a vise, basically coil bind. I'm not completely coil bound. I got room basically here. Take your trusty calipers, put it on there. Bottom of spring, top of retainer. Let's get it right on the number. There we go. In fact, I've just did this, so yeah, there it is. It's right there. And then once you get to that, you're going to press 0. So by pressing 0, then you come over to this guy, and you're going to operate your phone with one hand while flipping calipers with the other. Sorry if you guys are getting seasick right now. I'm trying. Bam. Okay, so if you can see, I'm down inside. I'm touching the bottom of the spring cup area to the top of the retainer. You know what? I'm gonna need my other hand no matter what. Let's see here. Maybe we can push here with this hand holding the phone, pulling this. Ooh, there we go. We did it. We got let's just call it 550. So that's 550 thousandths we got left to play with, basically. So if this motor had a cam that's 560, 575, something like that, you're basically going to be coiling the spring all the way up. Now, there is still room. If you look real close, the spring is not completely coil bound all the way, but there is still room. Now, what do you do with that information? Now, let's say this was the other way around. Let's say we had a lot of extra room. We might want to shim it up so that we have a certain amount of poundage on the seat. Now, because of what I got here, I already know, I already measured it, that 625, or 1 inch 625 is the installed. So if I take this little guy and I drop it down to 1 inch, 625. Ooh, I can see better with the phone. That's so awesome. Okay, so there's 1 inch and 625, right on the mark. Should be around 135 or 155. Oops, I'm pulling down more. Sorry, I just pulled it down as I'm looking away. There we go. There we go. So we're like 150, 2, 3, basically. 155 on the last spring. Pretty close to 155 right there. Now that's on the seat. So that's basically going to be your installed. So that's when this is all together, that's my installed seat pressure. Now, you would subtract from that whatever the cam and rocker combo ends up lifting the valve away from that 1 inch 625. In this case, this particular application has 500 thou lift. So I'm going to take that all the way down to 1 inch 125. Now my little thing, it's wiped away. Oh, here we go. You see that little 062 right there, and then 250. So that one right there is 125. And there we go. We are at, there we go, what is that, 290, let's just call it 495, basically. So that's over the nose. That's more than adequate. That's not too much spring pressure. Not for a typical flat tappet style or any of the Volkswagen cams, really, any of the brands. I shouldn't have a problem with that. But that gives you an idea on how to do it. And I'm using a caliper, putting it on the spring, zeroing it out, then taking it and measuring with that zeroed out number, measuring what's left from here down to the spring, the cup basically in the head where the spring sits on with no shims in there. And then that gives me, basically allows me to know what I have to play with. Then in this case, I already know I measured from here down once it's installed. What did I do with the other head? I already put it in the other room. I measured from here down, basically then, when it's installed.